Okay, well, I've had somewhat of a I have like these seven different anyway technology headaches going today. Uh, a couple weeks ago, this Maono company sent me an email saying, "Hey, would you like to review our mic?" And I paid for it myself, and they'll reimburse me if they like the review, I guess. But I'll only get stuff if I actually am interested in it, and I actually am interested in this, and I'll tell you why. So I have many external microphones. I have this Takstar, which I love. I have this little lavalier mic here. I have the Rode Video Micro. I'm going to go through the limitations of each and why I'm still interested in something new. By the way, I think this was like $28. So the problem with the Rode, this thing, is it doesn't have any power. It takes power from the camera. So it's more directional than your camera mic, but it's still very tinny to me. So I've never really gotten into this thing. The Takstar, which is like a $30 mic, I love. I love this thing. The problem is I forget and I leave it on like I did 2 nights ago, and then the battery runs out. Or I'm always nervous when I go out that the battery won't work. It's not a huge deal because it takes like normal AA batteries, but it's still, the battery thing still always like makes me a little bit worried. No, we'll get that on later. And then of course is this thing that has the little cylinder, what they call it, the disc battery. And of course, if this dies, right, you're not going to find that close to anywhere new. I mean, anyway, you'll be searching around or waiting days for it to come. So this one really worries me. And see, right now it's on. I forgot to turn it off. So who knows how long it will last when I turn it on. So anyway, this I don't use as much because of that. So the reason why this one intrigues me that they sent is you charge it through the USB. So I can remember to charge something through a USB, and even if I didn't, there are USB chargers everywhere, right? So that's what I like about this. Now, the company has two versions, one like this that you can charge through USB, and the other that just takes a battery. So that's why I got it, because I'm psyched about the USB thing. I'll even be more psyched because I use this with the computer, if it can work while staying charged, so I'd never have to worry about it. So to me, this is going to work in two ways. One, as a cell phone external microphone. I'm using with FilmicPro now, my Android Note 8, and it's taken me an hour to figure that out, because you have to do things in a certain order. Not the mic's fault. Like, you have to start FilmicPro first, and you have to plug in the mic, then you have to go to the audio settings. And I had to remember that the slider for the audio gain's at the bottom. FilmicPro is cool, but the audio thing on the bottom, they should at least just put in a little writing, audio gain or whatever, something like that. I hate when these companies are a little bit too cute for their own good. Anyway, so I finally got to go. I'm looking at the meter. It looks good. I'll go. Now there's a ton of wire here, a ton of cable here, so you can't really see it because I'm like, just barely see it, right? So there's a ton of, I can probably go back like 20 feet, but even with that still wrapped up, I can go back here and talk, and I think it's going to be very good, but we'll see. So far I'm really liking this mic. I love that finally there's a lavalier, inexpensive lavalier mic that you can use. You can charge with USB. I've already used it once on my PC to do narration when I'm doing OBS. Now before that I have, a very expensive Rode NT shotgun mic into a Shure XLR to USB, and it works great. But the problem is that my work computer is next to my video computer, and the fans are sort of noisy, so it picks up the fan noise. This, of course, when the lav doesn't. Now, the thing I don't like about the lavs is they can sound tinny, they can pick up the chest. So, a lav mic needs to be a little bit decent to be usable, but so far I think the quality of this thing is really good. I'm really surprised. The other thing I like about it is on the clip, and these are silly things, but there's a lot of space between the clip and the microphone. And what happens many times is on some of these other ones, when the mic is really close, it picks up the rustling of your shirt or anything else. So another nice little touch. So far I'm very happy with this mic. So I don't care if they send me the money or not. I'm going to use it. And anyway, that's my review of the Maono AU-100R. Right, so now I'm using the Maono, anyway, the lab mic that's USB powered through the computer's mic in or audio jack in, and with OBS instead of the shotgun, which is above. So the video I just took of the with the cell phone, I'm thinking, oh, you know, it might not scrub quickly in DaVinci Resolve. This is the problem I've been noticing lately on a lot of the subject. But anyway, this will be good too, so you can hear what the mic sounds like. Now, I haven't used this FFmpeg batch. I'm going to do another video on this, but I'll be curious to see how well how this works. You can just listen to me ramble on, I guess, and we'll go down to the notes on this PC. Okay, well, I think you get the idea. I should add that in OBS, because I'm going through a different jack, in OBS, if you go into the advanced settings for the mic, what's this thing called? Okay, so in OBS, you go into sync settings, and you can push the audio back whatever you want. So if I push the audio of the mic going through the, again, this isn't the mic's issue, going through the computer's 3.5-inch jack 100 milliseconds ahead, it syncs with the video that's coming from the Sony a6300 into the Magewell HDMI to USB. Again, this concludes, I guess, my thoughts on this mic, and I plan on using it to the future until something else better comes along. Thanks.